South Africa's security is being compromised by its antiquated systems. We look at the extent of the decay. Is the departure of Floyd Shivambu from the EFF the worst crisis to hit the party? And we're celebrating Toilet Paper Day today, the unsung hero of hygiene and the subject of some surprising research. Hello, I'm Jane Dutton.
This is Eyewitness News.
Signs South Africa's economy might be on the runway, ready for liftoff. Qatar Airways is acquiring a 25% stake in Airlink. The deal will bolster Qatar Airways' growth strategy in Africa. Airlink, based in South Africa, flies to 15 African countries. We still don't know how much money will be changing hands. The mother of former Miss South Africa, Adetshina, could be facing criminal action for identity theft. The Hawks are now involved in the case, and the person whose identity she allegedly stole has been traced. The lid was blown on the case when Adetshina's nationality was questioned during her participation as a pageant finalist last month. Adetshina eventually pulled out. All it takes to enter South Africa, it seems, is a handwritten visa and a complicit individual at the Home Office.
It would frankly be a dereliction of duty, Chair, on the part of everyone in this room, if we do not move with urgency to digitally transform Home Affairs. If we collectively fail to do so, the repercussions for national security will be on all of our hands. This brings me to the second lesson from these case studies, which is simply this, Chair. Until such time as Home Affairs has transformed into a digital-first department, these abuses will keep happening. Incidents of identity theft, visa fraud and corruption will keep happening over and over and over again forever if we fail to digitally transform Home Affairs.
Home Affairs Minister Leon Schreiber says the matter of 95 Libyans who were receiving military training at a camp in Mpumalanga was a national security threat and should shock all South Africans. The Libyans reportedly entered the country in groups and on handwritten study visas issued in Tunisia. The men were deported last week after their visas were found to have been fraudulently issued. Schreiber says incidents like this will persist until there's complete digitization of his department. So is the departure of Floyd Shivambu from the EFF the worst crisis to hit the party's leadership? A political analyst seems to think so. Prince Mashele says the move has sent a message to EFF supporters that there's something wrong on the leadership benches. Mashele shared his views following EFF leader Julius Malemba's robust speech on the matter last night. Addressing supporters in Soweto, Malema weighed in on Shivambu's exit from the EFF, describing it as a betrayal to the organisation.
Those who want to threaten us with leaving after the Third National People's Assembly, I want to say to them, leave now. Leave now so that we can know how many soldiers we have in this struggle to liberate our people. You must leave today because nothing is going to change between now and December. Nothing is going to change now and in the future. The future looks bright because we determine it today. We are here to make our destiny for how the future looks like tomorrow. Leave now. We have no reason to beg anyone. If you want to leave, leave now and leave us alone. Even if we are alone, we'll always continue to speak truth to power.
The Office of the Public Protector says paying its impeached principal, Busisiwe Mqwebane, a multi-million rand end-of-service gratuity would mean rewarding constitutional delinquency. Mqwebane's legal challenge over the officer's refusal to pay up is back before the High Court in Pretoria today.
Otherwise, what you have is a free-for-all. What you have is a reward for constitutional delinquency. And this, I'm afraid, my Lord, is the big elephant in the room. At this case, really what it is about is asking the judge to be party to a reward of constitutional delinquency. When there is a negation and a disregard of the values of the Constitution by the holder of the office that is meant to be a standard setter for all of us, it is a legitimate thing for the law to say, in those circumstances, there will be no gratuity.
Commercial lender Absa has shot down claims there is a lack of transformation at the bank. This follows the early retirement of its group CEO, Arie Rautenbach, in October, after 2 years at the helm. Absa came under scrutiny in 2022 when Rautenbach was appointed. With criticism, black executives had again been sidelined. Absa's group financial director, Dion Raju, says claims of a lack of transformation are untrue. He says the next appointment will again be based on merit and not race alone.
I don't think we can put it down to events. We've seen all the press reports, but none of that is something that we're privy to. Like we said, the board and him agreed that it was the right time for him to take early retirement.
The Western Cape Community Police Board says the wave of shootings and murders is an indictment on the current state of security in Cape communities. One of the incidents involved the murder of a high school learner, Lee Hogan Williams, in Pearl last week. The Paulus Joubert secondary school pupil was stabbed to death while walking with his friend. It's the second such incident involving a learner from the school in a month. The school's head boy, Jelano King, was stabbed to death on July the 17th.
We cannot allow fear to paralyze us. It is only through collective action, through vigilant neighborhood watches, community police forums, and active cooperation with law enforcement that we can reclaim our streets from those who seek to terrorize us.
Looking at international headlines, the Israeli army says it's recovered the bodies of 6 Israeli hostages. They were taken captive by Hamas on October the 7th. An Israeli airstrike has demolished an apartment in central Gaza. Israel says it had targeted a Hamas command center. Locals say the strike killed innocent people. In Sicily, rescue operations have resumed for a second day after freak weather tipped over a yacht. 6 people are still missing. As US President Joe Biden says goodbye at the Democratic National Convention, we've heard that Donald Trump has posted fake images of Taylor Swift endorsing his campaign to be the next president. And closer to home, Kenyan police have launched a major manhunt after a man they claim has confessed to murdering and dismembering 42 women escaped from a Nairobi police cell. Ever wondered what way you should fold your toilet paper? Over or under? No, me neither. But this unsung hero of hygiene is being celebrated across the world today. It is also the focus of intense debate and study by the University of Colorado. According to their findings, when toilet paper is hung under, it can leave users vulnerable to bacteria lurking inside the bathroom as you touch the wall or something else. When the toilet paper is hung over, the chances are your hands will only touch the toilet paper that you need and can reduce the number of airborne microorganisms by up to 30%. Don't say we don't keep informed and all the latest groundbreaking news. I'll see you for more again tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.